Peeling and shelling walnuts. I'm gonna show you how it's done. It's really easy. Walnuts, after almonds, are the most popular nut in the world. The flavor is unique and interesting at the same time. It's complex. Contain one of our 5 flavors which are so important, that is bitter. Bitter is feared, it's despised, it's ignored, but it is so important to balance flavor balance. It's just like the bass player in a rock band or an orchestra. Unfortunately, most chefs don't understand bitter, just like they don't fully understand sour, and that's why their food is never spectacular. Their food is generally just good, but not unforgettable. Big words, you say? Well, think about coffee. It's good, isn't it? Dark chocolate, bitter, sweet, sour, historically also hot too. 4 flavor hits. That's why it's so good. Red wine, tannins, tannic acid, bitter too. Oh, I can feel the bitterness in there too. Anyway, without bitter, most dishes are boring, and walnuts are just one of the stars when it comes to rounding up a dish. Walnuts have layers and layers of bitterness. It's not just a straight bitterness that can lift dishes where the other two, it literally lifts them on new levels. Same as red wine too, of course, Jess. Who am I? Oh, okay, sorry. Well, Walter Trupp, I ran my own cooking school for over 10 years. Before that, I worked and I owned and I managed some of the best restaurant kitchens in Europe. So walnuts go extremely well with sweet flavors like honey, maple syrup, stone fruits, and rich spices like cinnamon, star anise. Also think about blue cheese, lots of cheeses, just perfect. Okay, let's start with the basics. Walnuts in the supermarkets are never great, so don't buy that stuff. They're broken up, they're exposed to light, where they go quickly rancid. Now, supermarket nuts are generally fumigated too, so that insects and rodents don't touch them anymore. Now, yes, you guessed it right, those fumigation gases are very toxic. Lovely, isn't it? If you want to get non-rancid walnuts that taste sweet, you need to shell them yourself, unless you have a really good source. And you can always taste them, if they're not packaged, you can always grab one. Make sure nobody sees you. And if they taste sharp and bitter and they leave a sort of a throat burn or burn in your throat, then they're rancid. If they're sweet and quite bitter or tannic, just like that red wine, they are fresh. Also, if you peel them like here, the brown skin is not broken. The tannins in the brown skin protect the nuts from going rancid, exactly the same as with unpeeled almonds. It's like a win-win situation. I'll tell you lots more, but first I will show you how to peel them. So first, flat side, pointy side. Hold the nut up, set it on the flat side, hit the tip, and that's where the shell is literally at its strongest, but at its least flexible. So if you give it a good hit there, it will just crack. It makes the shells crack on the sides, while at the same time the nut inside is not touched in any form and stays whole. Voila, like the French say. Looks like a brain. Apparently the oils in walnuts are very good for your brain. Maybe I should eat some more walnuts and put the wine aside. So you can also open them on the flat side or the flat end with a knife like so. But it's a bit more fiddly to get the nut out. But you can make little nutshell boats. We used to do them when we were kids. So here you are, walnuts, like I would use them in most of my cooking, but let's say you have some very bitter nuts, walnuts in that case I mean, or I just want the walnuts in a nut that lends a beautiful crunch to dishes, or be coated for confectionery, the sort of Michelin star stuff. Most of the walnuts bitterness is, as I said before, in the brown skin. that can be often quite overpowering in some savory dishes, but in sweet dishes the bitterness is actually really beneficial because it keeps the sweet flavors alive. Sweet on its own, like just taste sugar, is a very boring flavor. Sweet with bitter and sour will want you to have another mouthful and another one. And on the other hand, cream and butter also beautifully balance the bitterness in walnuts out. To peel them, you fill a pot with half milk and half water, enough to cover the walnuts. So you bring it to a boil, you simmer for no longer than 30 seconds to a minute most. You don't want to boil the nuts too much, otherwise they get soggy and hard to handle. Switch off the heat and let the walnuts stand for 20 to 30 to 40 minutes to allow the skins to soften. Then, while it's still sort of warmish, you remove the peel with a little chef's knife like you see here. It's a pretty tedious job, and there's of course lots of different varieties of walnuts around, so you find they have different levels of bitterness. Walnuts, they originated in Persia. They're known apparently since over 7,000 years ago. The Romans brought them to Europe. They called them Jupiter's royal acorn. Oh yeah. I'll tell you what, it tastes bloody good. Anyway, check out my other video on how to peel chestnuts. It's really good too. Thank you so much for watching.